Welcome to Inside the Firm, a podcast dedicated to small business owners and hosted by entrepreneurs, Alex Gore and Lance Cayko. Each week, they take you on their journey of how to start, run, and grow a business by bringing you inside their architecture and real estate development firm. Get a behind-the-scenes tour of how these business leaders manage their clients and foster company culture while creating new and innovative projects. And now your hosts, Alex Gore and Lance Cayko.
Yeah. Welcome to another edition of Inside the Firm. I am Alex Gore, your host. I'm here with our co-host, Lance Liggity Cayko, a callback to the old good days of college. And before we get into anything further, one thing that you may have learned in college, we didn't because it was so new at the time, would be Revit. If you need to know Revit, thinking about transitioning or really honing your skills because you've literally just taught yourself because your professors didn't know and hamstrung your way through all these years, go to RevitRocketship.com where you get a system way of thinking and a template to execute efficiently. Go to RevitRocketship.com.
The other place I need you to go is I need you to go over to ARCAT.com. Why? Because accurate data is crucial, especially in today's business environment. Outdated and inaccurate data leads to turnarounds, delays, and rising costs with supply chain and staffing issues. These costs and delays can multiply. That's why a resource like ARCAT.com is so important. ARCAT works with manufacturers to keep their data up to date and accurate and offers it to you easily accessible and free. Use ARCAT's powerful search engine to find what you need and download it right there on their site without needing to pay anything or even register. So try ARCAT.com today. That's ARCAT.com. Check them out. The other folks I absolutely 100% need you to check out are Duratherm. Duratherm defines a category of all wood, completely custom hardwood windows and doors that deliver on your architect vision, and everyone knows it. Al knows it. This is why they refuse to rest on their laurels, and while the Duratherm brand is built upon their expertise in wood windows, they are proud to announce the introduction of a clad exterior feature for our windows. Learn more at durathermwindow.com. Back to me, back to me.
Back to you.
Back to me. All right, well, the title of this, where is my content
It
here?
is 25 ways architects save clients money.
Oh, maybe it was there, and I just didn't have the preview on 1 second. Yeah, perfect. I didn't. I'm silly, and it's not letting me. Here we go. So our good friend
Boomer Lance here.
Tyler Suomala.
What a boomer, man. I'm putting
Joe.
that at the show notes for next week.
Thank you.
Lance Boomer Cayko.
We were struggling with a nickname for Lance today. I'm talking in the third person, of course, because I'm that important. Now we got it.
If you wanted a visual representation of what Lance was doing with his computer, picture those cats on the Have you ever seen those?
But a really old boomer-like one.
yeah, one with big old whiskers.
Yeah, super old one.
So we got the image.
Our good friend Tyler Suomala. If you're not following him on LinkedIn, if you're not signed up to his newsletter, you are doing yourself a huge disfavor. Yeah. Go to join.tylertactics.com. He's not at all paying us to read these or do anything like that. I just think his content is the best. Some of the best architectural content.
Yeah.
On the internet. He's thoughtful. He's direct. He's shaking things up. He's a fellow older millennial, a gillennial, if you will, like us. And so I'm resonating.
Is that a real term?
It's sort of a real term. It's mostly my term though. And if anybody wants to use it, what that means is I'm going to go off here. Is you are in the overlap of I don't think Al actually qualifies. I mean, he can disagree, but like the overlap of when Gen X and millennials were born and all that.
I don't know about technical, but since
You're
my
close,
sister
though.
Since my sister was in the heart of X, I got a lot of those experiences. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So we'll give him a pass, everybody.
Dude, okay, side tangent. This is key. The United States has fallen. I want everyone to know. And it's because of I finally experienced a legit generational break at school. I teach at CU. I teach at 8 a.m. I play morning music. Normally it's like 80s, 90s music.
Dude, I love that you're doing this, by the way.
Yep. But anyways, on Tuesday I just asked the class, I go, do you want to take the red pill or the blue pill?
Ooh, dangerous.
Yep. First person just said blue pill. So I played like an upbeat song. My red pill is just like a more like It was going to be like Gangster's Paradise, like Coolio. You
Oh,
know?
okay.
Yep.
Yeah. What a red pill.
Exactly.
What a red pill.
Then Thursday.
The white pill would be the positive one. Keep on. Keep going.
Thursday.
Go on, King.
I did the same thing, right? And they chose blue pill again. And my red pill song was The Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel. And why that's red pill, because if you know The Matrix, it's about how if you listen to that song, it's about the media controlling you,
Yeah.
right? And the
That is a red
people
pill, and I'm with you.
And their voices going up to Tenement Hall, which is like the government in New York City. Anyways, after 2 blue pills, I go, have you guys watched the original Matrix? And they're like, no. I go, do you know what I'm referencing?
Wow.
They're like, not really. One guy's like, I can't remember is what the red pill was or what the blue pill. And I was just like, my
Al Millennial Gore. Al Millennial Gore. Well, here's the cutoff. The cutoff is it's 2023. The cutoff is if you are 26 as of today, you are Gen Z. So you're definitely teaching Gen Z.
Yeah, they're all, because it's undergrads. Yeah, they don't know the original Matrix.
They don't, which is crazy because like if you're a millennial and you have any proclivity to just politics and the idea, what it becomes, what is the red pill, the white pill, the blue pill, and all of that, black pill, whatever, probably green one.
They probably thought I was
Matrix
referencing that, not just literally the original
that's
Matrix.
Where it comes from.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the memers did their thing. But wow, Al. So you felt older. I mean, you got kids and whatnot.
Kids in a beard.
Running these businesses.
Yeah. But could you imagine that if you ask your students, maybe if you thought about it now, you're like, of course I haven't watched the original Matrix. But I thought everyone has. I thought everyone has watched the original Matrix. It's like watching the original Star Wars. Like I'm going to introduce my 6-year-old to it tonight. Right? So like when you are 12, like they will be watching The Matrix. Or 8. Who knows?
I just think you are realizing that you're almost 40. Like that's where Al. I don't know what else to tell you. Every single class period I have, there's a reference. Almost every single one. I can't think of the ones I made this week, but like if I'm just like I'm telling you, there's a reference almost every single time where I'm like, oh, you guys don't. Oh, you don't know that. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do know most of my other songs though. Like it takes them a second, and then they're like, "It takes 2 to make things go right."
Nice.
It takes 2 to make.
What a good.
outside.
Look at this guy. He's killing it over here.
Yeah.
I like the music.
It's good.
I like the music.
Gets the people going.
That's what they say. That's my intro. That's my intro song to the lecture I'm giving on Tuesday up at NDSU. Yeah. Okay, so back to what we were originally going to talk about, which is 25 ways architects save money. Again, this is by Tyler. I'm not going to go through each one of them in detail. I'm just going to list off a few of them. And Al, here's what we're going to do is.
Okay.
I want you to tell me if you disagree with any of these. Ready?
Okay.
So here's the 25 ways. Number 1, efficient design.
We're amazing at that.
Yeah. Number 2, material selection.
Yep.
Number 3, energy efficiency.
I think it really depends because we like very tall spaces. That's energy inefficient, and a lot of it comes to solar. You know what? It'll tie into some of the other ones that come down the line.
Number 4, reuse and recycle. I'm disagreeing. Number 6, bulk purchasing.
No, you forgot 5.
Oh, 5. 5, phase construction.
Yep.
That one's a good one. I've been doing that one lately. We're suggesting, like, for example, this house we're doing in Alabama. Hey, can we just not... Let's design the whole thing. Primary house, attached garage, mother-in-law suite attached. But let's take it all the way through engineering. Don't build that mother-in-law suite. You can't. I mean, the budget's not there.
Yep.
That's an easy one, right? And then also designing in terms of efficient design. So, like, I think that ties in of like, I have made it so you could compartmentalize part of this building off. You don't have to build it right away. Number 7, local materials.
Forgot number 6.
Bulk purchasing.
Yep. Right? Did you say that?
Yeah. But
okay. So 5. So what's great? Tyler has the best content, and what's great about this is I think you can take this and use it, as you want. He's not telling you to copy what he does and stuff like that. Bulk purchasing and phase construction has both to do with the construction, how construction is run, and architects don't and legally are not supposed to direct that at all, because then you become liable for that. So they have nothing to do with bulk purchasing. I mean, like, they can design. Okay, let's play whatever the other side. They could design stuff so that
Devil's advocate.
Thank you.
It's Friday.
So, know what, Tyler? You are correct. What you design and how you lay things out for bulk purchasing, I believe in Tyler.
Yeah. Number 7, local materials.
Yep.
8, standard sizes. This is a big
Huge
one.
one. Huge
big one that Al, see, his middle name is Al Standard Size.
My wife calls me.
Why'd you marry him, Annie? Hey, Annie, why'd you marry Al Gore? He's standard size. he's literally 6 foot.
I have the standard.
He's the standard.
I have the standard.
His foot is literally, and it's not really. I don't
A
think
foot.
it is.
No.
No.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Excuse me, it is.
My foot is a foot.
It's a foot.
Yep.
Number 9, value engineering.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. Number 10, competitive bidding.
Yep.
Number 11, accurate documentation.
Absolutely. It's only getting better and better with Revit and the advanced programs. It's only getting better and better.
You know, and then if you're doing stuff like, if you're taking the leap, for example, if you're getting on a rocket ship and you go to RevitRocketShip.com and you do that, I'm telling you, that's the way to do it. Number 12, life cycle analysis. That's interesting.
Sure. More advanced firms.
Yep. Number 13, prefabrication.
Yeah, that happens.
14, optimal orientation.
That's another huge one. That with the standard sizes are the basics of what architecture should bring.
Yes.
And
It's literally, that's a principle right there. The optimal orientation, I would swap. Here's what I would do. I would take energy efficiency and optimal orientation. I would swap them. If the idea was that, like, you're doing, you're numbering these in order of importance.
Oh, sure.
That's all I'm getting at, is like 90% of the problem is the orientation every single time, right?
Yep.
Number 15, expertise and experience.
Yep.
There you go.
That's a huge one. That's
Giant.
Yep.
Giant. Number 16, negotiation skills.
And know what the best negotiation skills, because he says negotiate with contractors and suppliers for better deals. They aren't going to negotiate with suppliers. They shouldn't be doing that. That should be done through the contractor. But they can negotiate to the contractor through misdirection in a good way. Meaning, hey, contractor, you're on this project. Come here. We're developing the CD sets. What details or things do you like to see that helps your operation go smoother? And they're like, hey, we always use timely doors. We always use this.
Another example.
If you spec something weird that is, and my product is just as good, like, can we use mine?
Here's a real simple example. Let's say you're doing the right thing, and let's say everybody's doing the right thing in almost the perfect kind of project working method, which is after design development, after elevations are done or somewhere in there. Hey, you guys have selected a contractor? Awesome. Great. We're going to be able to have this contractor in on our first structural design meeting with the structural engineer. Beautiful.
Yep.
Structural engineer's like, well, if we lay out, or the architect, I'm going to crap on both here. They're like, you're looking at a floor plan, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll put the joists going north and south here, east and west here, back to north and south, and then I'm making crazy stuff up, a 45-degree angle this way.
Yep.
And the contractor could step in and go, my guys, my framers who are going to sheathe this it's going to be a nightmare when they go to sheathe it, because then they got to change the orientation of their sheathing. And he just goes, can we just make it all one? I'm telling you that'll be cheaper. Huge.
Here's another one too. We are deciding whether to do a steel frame all around or do basically glue lamps, but we'd need a steel connection, base plate essentially. And the structural engineer, the architect, and the owner was in there. And the owner was like, well, how much are those steel plate connections going to cost? And we need 2 of them per building. He's like, $50 each? I'm like, okay, so we're just going to do it that way then.
Yeah.
And the engineer's like, yeah, that will work.
Awesome. Beautiful.
Done.
Beautiful. Yeah. Where were we at here? Negotiation skills. Number 17, regulatory knowledge.
Yep.
Giant.
Huge.
Giant. Even if you don't need an architect, I think this is the point. Like, let's say you were just doing a single-family house. We've made this point many, many times, that these jurisdictions are getting so onerous with their regulations. They're almost pigeonholing you into at least hiring an architect for maybe just the initial discovery phase. Mm-hmm. What do I have to do, right? We literally got a 5-star review yesterday. Here's a perfect example. We literally got a 5-star review yesterday on the Google machine.
Yeah.
From Matthew Chavez. He called me yesterday because he was, and all I did is I pointed him in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was like, oh, well, if he was actually calling contracting wise. What if you guys do? But I knew the regulations. This is what the point of it.
Yeah.
He's like, don't I need to hire a general contractor for this? And I go, it's your house, right? And he goes, yes. I go, no, you're the owner. You can do the work.
Yep.
100%. It's you just have to hire licensed professionals.
Yep, like electrician,
Yep,
plumber, blah,
which
blah,
is
blah.
exactly it, a licensed plumber. We got done with the phone call. So I quoted him like $2,500, and he was like, that's too much. And I go, well, what did you want to pay? And he goes, $500. And I go, that's exactly what you would pay if you just administer the work. Like, I guarantee it's going to cost, the plumber's going to come out. That's what their bill is going to be about $450. No joke, to get it done. And he goes, oh my God. He goes, this advice just saved me like $2,000. He goes like, I'm going to go leave you a 5-star review. Yeah. And then he literally wrote, honest and upfront, saved me a lot of time, a lot of money and time with some advice. It was sick. But it came down to the regulatory knowledge.
There you go.
So even if you're just consulting an architect, I think if you're hiring them at this point, maybe you want to do the DIY thing and you're like, you're going to design your own house, or you buy these stock plans, whatever you're going to do, right? Maybe your builder's got a designer in-house and they have their own engineer and they do all that. Just hiring an architect at the beginning for like a flat fee of whatever and getting their eyes on what you're up against regulatory-wise. Perfect example, right?
Yep.
Number 18, integrated design.
Yep. Collaborate with engineers, professionals on the onset to create a more cohesive and energy-efficient design, cost-effective design. Yep. Agree.
Number 19, sustainable practices.
Yep.
Number 20, flexible design.
Spaces serving
I
multiple
love that.
purposes. Yep. And that goes to the optimization, value engineering, all that other stuff.
Yep. Efficient workflow, number 21.
Yep.
Number 22, cost monitoring.
Whoa. Efficient workflow. Yeah, depends.
But
depends. Engineers, buck up. You guys are a little bit slow sometimes.
Well,
I'm talking about mechanical, electrical, plumbing, structural, civil.
Yeah.
But
what I was going to say is like, okay, let's say you're a potential client listening to this podcast today. Number 21, like how can you, what are some ways you could, when you're interviewing potential architects, I think you just end up asking them. And if you can, and then like, let's say you're interviewing 3 of them.
Sure.
Like, is their workflow clearly described in their proposal such that you understand it? Because yes, and then Tyler goes on to talk about like using modern design software. Yeah, ask about Revit and all that good stuff. But the design process, like if they don't really have it down, and they're actually trying to make it so that they're more or less forcing you to make decisions too, where you're like, we only get two passes at. Here's the contract, potential client. We only have two passes at the floor plans, 3 passes at exteriors, 3 passes at structural design. Getting them into that mindset
makes it efficient. Yep.
Number 22, cost monitoring.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, like I just before the show, I asked Ross upstairs. I think you heard me. Hey, did you put the numbers into the area cost calculator that we have in Revit now? And so that when we go to this first meeting with these clients,
did I miss that lean? I've been watching the leans. Like yesterday's lean was great. I think it was your lean.
It's in the area plans. It's in the area schedule. It's in the template.
Yeah, it is.
So just saying, yeah.
Oh,
that's our way of forcing the issue right away.
Why don't we make that standard as our area scheduled to put in there?
It's an additional one. I don't know. I'll talk about it next in your next lean.
Because
Al lean Gore here.
Because I love forcing the issue. Because people see that. Oh, is that the number? And let's say.
Oh, very. Now I see where you're going with this.
Because let's say we never change the square footage number in there and keep it at a high number. Let's just say 350 right now.
Why don't we make it standard?
Okay.
Dang.
And then they're like, that can't be the number. And then we can think about it because like one of our additions that Mike, our contractor, might do. He's like, hey guys, we are a little bit at like 288 a square feet. He's like, you need to reduce the square footage so that's 300 a square foot. And I can do this particular addition at 300. So anyways, but let's say we had the standard at 350. It raises a red flag like, okay, let's get a contractor or something in here to see if.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, you are really coming inside the firm today, everybody.
In hot.
Yep, in hot, actually inside. Number 23, risk management. Number 20.
We just did it.
Yeah. Number 24, maintenance considerations. Number 25, clear communication.
Ooh.
Giant.
Huge.
He ended huge, Tyler. You're killing it. So yeah, take a look at those things. If you're looking for a layup of why, if people are, I think, balking at your architectural fees, like here's 25 ways we can save you money.
It's cool that we have sound effects now.
Yeah, we do. Al, sound effect Gorg. Al, back to you.
But I just want you to pull it up because it's going to pull up on one screen.
Oh, okay.
Zero Hedge. I think you told me to go look at this yesterday, but it might have been something different. But
It's
I found
something
this
different,
one
but that's
anyways.
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, actually. It's the same thing.
Awesome.
It's essentially the same thing.
Here's the quote. This is from X Zero Hedge, formerly Twitter.
Yeah.
Zero Hedge said, "Everyone was wrong last year screaming about the recession." Was that us, Lance?
What?
Yep.
Yes.
Little bit.
Yes.
Everyone is wrong now, screaming no suggestion. Oh,
Recession.
that's what. Isn't that what I said?
Suggestion. That's what I heard. Keep going. Yeah.
That's
Everyone
that's
was
how it
wrong
works.
last year screaming about recession. Everyone is wrong now screaming no
No.
recession.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
This is okay. So then he has. It's from August, right? But there's this graph,
Yep.
and it's weekly retail sales, and it goes all the way from 2001 to 2023. And basically, there's this zero line, which essentially hit the last two recessions if you go below it. There was this extreme bump up after, 2020, after the government gave everyone a whole bunch of money. And now it's shooting down like a very steep black diamond hill. And yeah, that's a black diamond hill. And we're now at the 0 point. And people are starting to pay back student loans now. So we'll see. I hate to just immediately on one piece of information turn.
Can I go to where I was
Sure,
talking
sure.
about still? These memes are so funny. Let's see here. The one I was showing is I'm just scrolling through Zero Hedge's feed. If you're on the Twitter and you're not actually following Zero Hedge, I don't know what you're doing with your life. But there is another graph that they were showing where they were showing. Oh, there's another murder one. But it was basically how we were in the red spending wise for like the last 11 months. And maybe I can't find it. Shoot.
Is this not the official Zero Hedge?
It is not. That's why. Yeah.
Go to your Zero Hedge.
Yeah, because you're looking for the Tyler Durden. Yeah, look at you.
They
So
tricked
Al-
us.
Well, they tricked you.
They tricked us, both of us, Boob.
Let me see if I can find it now. Perfect. Here it is. Yeah. So this is the... Nope, this isn't it either.
They did trick us.
Zero Hedge. I got to show you guys this.
Following. The one you're following.
There you go.
The
Look,
one with
they
the
have
chest
of...
of...
Well, Tyler Durden. And then they have a blue check mark. That's the key here.
How
So
dare
yours
they.
is pretty good, Al, but here's the one I wanted to show you.
Find
Like,
the
I'm
real
sorry. The one that's real is like will show us a big problem here. Come on.
Sound effects.
Shoot. I should have looked at I thought I was like, "Oh, that yeah. They
That's
just
it.
changed I was looking at Al's content before we started recording.
Oh, dude, I love that song.
Which one?
Right there with those guys. Have you ever seen that?
No,
Okay.
I've never seen this song you're talking about, Al. I'm sorry.
And you
Very
can cut this out if this is that's fine.
Nope.
Or
Now the
people-
autism is going in
No,
here.
I meant of the video, of the audio if you wanted to.
Oh.
But people might enjoy the scrolling and
Wait, how you think so?
smooth voice.
Well, you gotta. Hey, dead.
Hey.
We don't want the dead air. Dang it, Al! I like. What the heck?
Why is it so far
I swear to
down?
God, there was something else too that you did this. Oh, I know what it was. I was cutting Monday morning. Here we go. Now we're getting close. I was cutting Monday morning coffee episodes this week,
Yeah.
getting them going, and you put the same date for the last one as the first one then that you had in the queue, and then it threw all my dates off, and I was like, oh my God, okay, I'll go redo it. It's going to take me 15 minutes. Calm down. Settle down.
Breathe
Don't
through.
don't don't get mad at Al. He's just trying his best or whatever. Oh yeah, this one was from last night. The debt is nuts. We already talked about that.
October 4th. Yeah, he does a lot of posts. This guy's on it.
Is it this
I think it.
Gold? Nah, we're tired of talking about gold. It's never gonna happen. Gold's like fetch. It's never. Here it is. Perfect. Finally. Gosh. Gee.
Oh wow, we did it.
Okay. So here's the graphic that comes up, and it is trying to show Alex's total spending heat map month by month. And in 2021, there was a lot of spending.
Lots of green, lots of 14%. I'm sure this is in the positive, 12% in April, 34% up. And then 2022 kind of flattens out to 8, 11, 4, 6, 4, 3, 4, 2, 1. Okay, so 2022, flat. Then what happens in 2023, Lance?
Negative spending.
Whoa.
Year over year negative spending compared to last year.
Oh, no.
So you know.
No.
Prepare yourself. Widen the moat. All the stuff we keep talking about. You just gotta try your best here. Okay, moving on to the next topic. What I've got next is I wanted to show everybody. Thank you to William J. Martin, architect over in the Entre Architect community. This tip that I want to give everybody is applicable if you're trying to work in a new state. So we design in not just Colorado, but like Tennessee, in this case Alabama, and my clients are desperately trying to understand like what is the cost how we need to know the cost. We have to know the cost because there's only so much we can afford and all of that. Everybody's got a budget, and so I posted in the Entre Architect community and I said, are there any Alabama architects out there? And what are you building per square foot? And William gave me a link to his calculator, which I had no idea even existed. So if you go to up on the screen here, you'll see wjmarchitect.com and then / is where I'm at. Actually, let me go to just select state page. So wjmarchitect.com / cost calc. If you type that in, then what you'll get to is, then if you scroll down here, this is the state. It goes state by state, which makes sense, right? And what you can do is there's a couple different calculators it gives you. He gives you an addition and new construction cost calculator for like 200 to 500 square feet, then 500 to 1,000, 500 to 1,000. Differently, there's just different variations of it. So I'm going to pull up now. I'll remove names and everything from this, but this is what we ended up sending over to our clients. Hi, clients. Lance found a great resource that we tested as far as the state-specific cost square footage goes. You'll see from the calculator if you guys go to this that you do it by volume, which is fine. So what we did is I wanted to make sure that like I could give them as much accurate data as possible, knowing that it's still sort of a guess. And I'll explain why it's sort of a guess. So what I had Ross do, one of our architects, is I said, put in the numbers you have to with this calculator for the Alabama project. Then do the same thing for a Colorado project, and we'll see how much we actually need to adjust the number percentage-wise. So for the Colorado project, it spit out $242 a square foot, but it's about 24% low. So we adjusted to that, right? Then we did the cross check with Alabama, and we said, look, it spit out 168. If we're going to build the whole thing at once, $168 a square foot, but it's like, we got to adjust by 25%. And then I made sure and I double checked this with because William wanted to know my feedback. And so I said, if you could, I just want to make sure that like we did that adjustment. And here's what he said, which clarified the adjustment. Okay. He says the result of the tool is a calculator tool that explains what is included and excluded in construction costs, as well as providing some basic early feedback to help guide design decision making based on financial resources. Perfect. That's literally why we need it. Normal, middle range, 85th percentile complete, fixtured, and finished occupiable residential 1 and 2 family home construction is the basis for these calculators. The normal things most people want. This includes basic finishes, walls, base, trims, moldings, basic flooring, bath tiles, ceilings, paintings, blah, blah, blah. Anything not included in this list is not part of these calculators. If your personal taste tends towards more expensive features, this is not reflected and must be added. So the 85% is what I was getting at. So like we pinged it to 75th percentile, which is even more conservative, which is safer. So if you're using this calculator, I think it's safe to say you want to translate it to where the numbers it's spitting out are like between the 75th and the 85th percentile. That's our case study. Take it as you will. But I just wanted to present that it's a super helpful tool if you are trying to extend your firm and work in different areas, not just the state you reside in.
I love it.
Yeah,
Absolutely
pretty
love it.
neat, right?
Yep. Again, tying back to Tyler.
Yeah.
You know,
What do we
giving
got?
into
What do we
that
got
value.
Next? What do we got next?
We have A.R.E. Jeopardy.
Sweet.
So,
and then hopefully, Runza.
I mean, why not?
Just kidding. I want some soup today. It's cold.
Yeah. All right, I'll bring down the crew. Question number 1. If a building needs to be set back 15 to 30 feet from a fire aerial apparatus road in order for the truck's ladder to the fire truck's ladder to reach the building, which of the following vegetations is allowed to be planted in the 15 to 30 foot setback? Okay, understand the question? Is it A, all plantings that are approved by the building department? Is it B, bushes and shrubs that grow to a max height of 15 feet? Is it C, bushes, shrubs, and trees that grow to a max height of 15 foot? Or is it D, no vegetation can be planted in this area? A and A, you are correct.
We are not going to Runza.
That's too bad.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, guys. That's a W. Yeah, just take the day off.
Question number 2. In Colorado, all work done on public schools, institutional charter schools, and junior colleges that is considered as maintenance or service, that is not considered as maintenance or service, so like it's something like an addition, will require a permit from, is it A, the city or county which it resides, B, the Colorado Department of Public Safety, C, both, or D, none of the above? C and C, you are both incorrect. The permit does not go to the city or county. It goes directly to the Colorado Department of Public Safety. You should know that. Now we know.
What do we do? 1-1?
1-1.
Number 3, according to the International Energy Conservation Code. Sorry, let me rephrase this. According to the 2021 International Energy Conservation Code, what is the maximum allowable U factor for residential windows in climate zone 3? Is it A, 0.2, B, 0.3, C, 0.4, D, 0.5? And the word, Jason has 5, D, A. Correct answer is B, 0.3. Number 4, in the 2021 International Building Code, what is the minimum required number of exits for an assembly occupancy with an occupant load of 1,000 people? Is it A, 1 exit, B, 2 exits, 3 exits,
C, 3 exits.
C, 3 exits, D, 4 exits?
Come on. Know this by heart.
You should.
Let's
know
go.
You should know by heart. C is correct. Are we tied?
That's 3 exits.
Yes. Good thing I got a tiebreaker here.
No, we're not tied. Oh, you got it wrong?
Ah.
Where are we going?
What the
Roots?
heck? Whatever that is, I'm in.
Where's that?
I'm actually in today.
Okay. The old Dickens.
Ah, I like it. I like it. All
Fair
right.
enough. That's it. Take us out.
All right. If you like this episode, watch it on YouTube. Leave us a positive comment. Send me more gifts. Somebody sent me a Nixon book. That's freaking awesome. Thank you very much. Send me. I don't care
Wait,
I don't
was
even care what you send me.
Was it addressed to Lance?
Yeah.
Oh, it was directly. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Lance Cayko, Inside the Farm.
Send Alex a book.
if you feel sorry for Al, send him a book. Yeah.
Oh, please don't. Never mind. Scratch all of that.
Anything Al Gore, literally the vice president, former vice president, send it to Al Gore. Our Al Gore. See you next week.